Hello, Seiiti Arata. Do you feel that life sucks because unwanted things keep happening to you? Well, in the psychology world, this is what we call having an external locus of control. And how can you change all of this to have a better life? What we will do together here is very simple. We'll see how to make a progress, how to track this progress, how to focus on what you can control, and how to build skills that will improve your life. So if you think that life sucks because you lack control, you probably feel anxious and passive. That's the problem with your current external locus of control. So the solution is shifting to an internal locus where you can change your life. You can take charge of things instead of just reacting to it. And you can make this shift by tracking small daily actions. If you often feel like, I just can't manage my time well, you can start by planning your day each morning. Use a planner app to set tasks and reminders, and this will prove to you that you can control how you spend your time. Also, challenge unhelpful thoughts and replace them with empowering ones. For example, if you think, I do not have the skills to change careers. Okay, you can write a new thought like, I can learn new skills. And as you take these steps, you will notice yourself moving from feeling like a powerless victim to actually feeling like the leader of your life. External locus will make you passive. Internal locus will make you powerful. Now, what is that? What does locus of control mean? The word locus comes Latin. It means place or location. So in this sentence, it refers to where do you believe that control is coming from in your life. If you have an external locus of control, you believe that things happen to you because of your luck or because of other people, you feel like you can't do much to change things. Imagine a video game controller, and you are the character on the screen. Now the question is, who's got the control? If you are the one holding the controller, then you've got an internal locus of control. But if someone else is holding the control, then you've got an external locus of control. And when you have an internal locus of control, you think that you can make things happen. You believe your actions and your choices being the ones that are driving, that are shaping your life. And this way of thinking will help you to take action. Why should you care about this? There are studies showing that people who think that things happen to them, they feel more stress. They often feel upset because they believe that they can't change their situation. They feel stuck. They feel like life is unfair. Now, on the other hand, look at people who feel that they can make things happen. They have a completely different experience. They feel good about life. They are confident. They keep trying even when things are tough. When they face a problem, they look for ways to fix it, to improve it. So try to change how you see the world. However, many people don't interpret this idea correctly, and they think that it's just enough to take a look at themselves in the mirror and be repeating, you have more control than you think. You have all the control in your life than you need. That's kind of wrong. It is not just about telling yourself that you have control. It's actually about proving it through actions. So stay here until the end to understand. I know this all might sound a little bit strange at first if you have trained yourself over the years to believe that you cannot change things. So let's actually take real, measurable steps to show you have control. This is how you start to improve your life. You can even do more than this. You can create a complete life plan for your life by visiting arata.se/planning your life. Make small changes to shift your locus of control. Having an external locus of control is like when you feel that life is just happening to you. You might think that You just can't do much about it. But you can start to change this feeling by making small daily changes. For example, you could just try to wake up 10 minutes earlier than usual. Now, why will that work? What is the big deal about having extra 10 minutes in your day or actually getting less sleep, less 10 minutes? It's not about really, those 10 minutes. It is about you being able to make a change. Small changes like waking up earlier can show to your brain that you have control over your actions. This is backed by behavioral psychology. When you see that you can make one small change, it becomes easier to then make bigger changes. And to track your progress, you can use an app on your phone, or if you like physical things, you can use a clockboard and you can put a check mark for each day you wake up earlier. Tracking will help you to actually visualize, to see your wins. It will give you proof that you're making changes. This is important for shifting from feeling like you have no control to actually feeling like you do. When you look at your progress, it is good to focus on the days that you did well. And why is that? It's about measuring your progress. You will see that you're making progress. It will help you to understand what you can control. This is key for building a stronger internal locus of control. By focusing on your progress, you're gathering evidence that you have the power to make changes in your life. This shifts your belief from feeling helpless to knowing that you have control over a few parts of your life. On the other hand, if you spend too much time thinking about your failures, that's where your focus is, it can weaken your internal locus of control. When you focus on what didn't go well, what you didn't do right, you might start to believe that you don't have much control over your life, and this can make you feel like you are at the mercy of outside forces, which is the core belief of an external locus of control. So please let me clarify about, this is not just about being positive or celebrating your wins. It is not about creating illusions to yourself that you only do amazing, great things and you pretend the mistakes never happen. It is about controlling your focus of attention. It is about not letting your setbacks define you. By keeping your focus on progress and what you can control, then you'll strengthen your internal locus. You could also write a journal once a week. You can write about how it feels to be making these small changes. This helps you to think deeply about your actions. Journaling has been shown to improve mental clarity and focus. It helps you to see that you are the one making changes. Things happen in your life. Challenge thoughts that trap you in external locus. Let's now become experts at hunting the thoughts that are harming you. Those thoughts like, oh gosh, I'm so unlucky, or oh, my boss will never promote me, or oh gosh, I'm not good at making friends. All these types of thoughts will make you feel like you have no control over what happens to you. They are examples of an external locus of control. Now, why should you care about these thoughts? Because these are the thoughts that are shaping how you act, how you feel. Cognitive behavioral therapy tells us that our thoughts, our feelings, our actions, they're all connected. So if you think I cannot change, of course you will not try to change. Here's a simple way to work on this. You can carry a small notebook with you. Whenever you catch yourself thinking one of these thoughts, just write it down. And next to it, write a new thought that makes you feel like you have control. For example, instead of, oh, I'm just so unlucky, you can write, I can make my own luck by planning and taking action. Do you understand? I'll give you more examples to illustrate. So in one column, you have the external locus of control thought. I am just unlucky. Now, after that, you have another column for the internal locus of control thought, which is I can improve my own luck by planning and taking action. Here's another example. External locus of control thought. I am not good at making friends. Okay, internal locus of control thought, I can get better at making friends by practicing social skills. Keep using this notebook as a thought diary, and over time you'll see that you're having fewer negative thoughts. You also find that positive thoughts will come to you more naturally. Why does this method work? Now you're training your brain to think differently. This is known as cognitive restructuring. Cognitive restructuring, which is an important technique I already explained in the episode 324 of the Hello, Seiiti Arata series. It is a proven way to change how you think and feel. By doing this, you'll see that you have more control over your life than you thought. This helps you to make your internal locus of control stronger. Build skills to strengthen your internal locus. Do you want to feel more in control of your life? Well, one way is to get better at doing something that matters to you. This could be a skill that will help you to do better at work or in your personal life. How will that work? Learning a new skill will prove to you that you can change, that you can get better. This is backed by the psychological theory of self-efficacy from the episode 260 of the Hello, Seiiti Arata series. It says that when you believe that you can do something, you're more likely to try and give your best, and there will be a good chance that you will succeed. Wow, who knew? Let's say that you want to get better at your job. You could use an online course on a topic that is important in your field. For example, if you're a student, you could learn memory techniques like the memory palace, or if you want to make friends who speak a different language, you could start learning that language. Here's a 5-step plan for you to follow. Number 1, you pick a skill that you want to learn. Number 2, you find a way to learn it. It could be a course, a book, a mentor. Number 3, you practice that skill regularly. Number 4, not only that, you will use the skill in real-life situations. Number 5, when you use that new skill, pay attention to how it helps you, the value. Did it make your work easier? Did it help you to meet new people? Do you feel better? Do you feel happier? Seeing the real-world benefits will make you to feel more like you have control over your life. Now you might be thinking, yeah, okay, I get it, but the problem is that I cannot learn new skills. I've tried before and I failed. Or maybe you could say something like, yeah, maybe I can learn, but the problem is that I'm just too busy. It is normal to feel this way, but these barriers can be overcome. You can start small. You don't have to master a new skill overnight. Even 10 minutes a day can make a big difference over time. And if you failed before, that is also okay, because failure is part of learning. What matters is that you keep trying. By facing these objections head on, you take another step toward having an internal locus of control. Redirect focus to reinforce your internal locus. Do you often find yourself lost in thoughts about things you can't change? For example, it would be so nice if I could go back in time and making money, doing this or doing that, or, the thing is that I don't like my hometown. Why was I born here? It would be so much better if I was born in this other city, in that other country. It's so much more pleasant over there. They have so much more opportunity. Okay. Although you can be spending hours and hours and hours of your day, doing this daydreaming activity, the truth is that these thoughts will probably make you feel like you are not in control of your life. They will reinforce the external locus. Now, please understand something that is very important about the work that we do here at Arata Academy, because I've seen with much frustration there are some digital influencers from the coaching industry making condescending statements such as, raise your chest. You must stop thinking about this. You gotta stop doing that. Only losers do this. Well, I personally don't like that style. And actually, this is something that motivates me to do the work I do at Arata Academy with a different approach, which is respecting you and respecting your choices. You just need to have conscious choices. So it is okay to sometimes think about things you cannot change. Sometimes. The important part is to be aware of what you're doing and to know what the results probably will be. If you want to enjoy yourself, daydreaming about having been born in a different city or even a different time, or any other thought about something that is not within your control, well, that's absolutely fine. It is your choice. Now, just be conscious that you are using time that could be spent on other, more impactful activities to transform your life. Now, once you are aware of this, then you can decide with clarity about how much time you want to be spending on these thoughts. They are up to you. And then you will not regret your choices, also the consequences later. Use a timer to set your own limits to your wandering thoughts. This will allow you to rescue your focus. Here's a tool for you to be more aware. A timer. When you catch yourself in these thoughts, well, you can set a timer. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, for example. You will choose how much time you want to be dedicating to this activity, this daydreaming. The timer will help you to be aware of how many minutes you're doing that activity, so you don't spend more time than what you would like. So when the timer goes off, you can ask yourself, what's going on here? What am I doing? Is this thought helping me? If not, consider changing your focus. You can do something that shows that you can control parts of your life. For example, if you're worried about finding a job, you can use that moment to improve your skills. You can connect with people in that field, in that industry. If you're concerned that you're not good at something, well, find ways to improve, to learn. Using a timer will help you to become more aware of your thoughts. It helps you to choose what to focus on. And this can make you feel more in control. And over time, you feel less like life is happening to you and more like you can plan your own life. Life feels out of control. Well, that is a common problem, and I can say with confidence that the students who completed the training Planning Your Life, they were able to overcome this problem. I've seen many people struggling with an external focus that breeds anxiety, but it is possible to change. You have the power to change your interpretation. You just need to really want it. Start small. Track one new habit. Monitor your progress. This tangible proof will change your perspective. You will realize that the circumstances do not control you. And then you can replace disempowering thoughts with empowering ones. You can build relevant skills. You can redirect your unproductive focus. And then, through consistent action, you'll be able to see that you have more influence over your life than it seems. You can start actively planning your life. You have the power within to build the life you want. And to unlock this special lesson and learn about taking control of your life, you can visit arata.se/planning your life.